All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Spider-Man 2000 in-depth playthrough. Let me go ahead and pull up the game real quick. Get we'll get it cracking. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm really excited. Been thinking about doing this playthrough literally the past 2 or 3 days now. Whoops. Well, I mean that works. I was at um, family's house during Easter, and I was just thinking about the whole time. I'm like, man, I can't wait to get back to finally do this idea I've had forever, and get it started. And now I'm finally doing it. Let me turn the game down just a tad. Make sure it's not overpowering my voice here. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this for a while. Ever since I watched Nub Zombie's videos and streams on how he does his Silent Hill playthroughs, I'm like, wow, he's super passionate about that. What am I super passionate about? Probably Spider-Man. So I figured, why not? We can give it a shot, see how it goes. I know a fairly decent amount about this game and obviously the Spider-Man lore in general, so you know, I thought I'd try it. And if you actually, one of the first things you can notice, if you look at my chat, my overlay, and how I have it set up, it's inspired by the N64 port of this game, where they'll have, because they didn't have cutscenes for the N64 version because it couldn't run FMVs. So it had the dialogue in like that tan box, and they just had JPEGs from the actual cutscenes themselves instead of the full motion video. But let's check out the demo videos. Some of them are pretty simple. This one's just Spider-Man fighting a few thugs, kind of showing off some of the webbing mechanics, like the gloves, and then of course he uses the web dome. Yeah, really cool stuff. I also find it funny that he takes damage there, but he doesn't flinch, which isn't something that happens in the game. So that was developer with like invincibility on. He was a cheater! Dirty little cheater. But anyway, we'll go ahead and let this play. See some of the other demo videos. Because they do show like beta versions of some of the levels, or like some unfinished versions of the levels. I think this one will show the helicopter chase. Yep. Yeah, like this version of the level doesn't look like this. Or the final version doesn't look like this. There's no music. The NYPD helipad is in the wrong place. Or it's just in a different place than it is in the final game. That could be the training mode version of the level. For like one of the time trials, but I know it's not the final version. It's interesting because it has the blown up bridge, or the blown up passageway from the final level, but everything else is very different. But I'm waiting for the third one, because that one, I forget which all it shows. It shows the one showing the web again. Well, we're about to see. Yes, this is the one I was thinking of. So if you see here, Spider-Man's in a spotlight and he shoots a web ball, which is a obvious reference to the James Bond intro. And I think that's all the unique videos. I don't think it shows anything else different after that. I think it just repeats, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It's fun. I get to listen to this awesome intro music, or this remix of the Spider-Man theme. Let's see. Oh no! Yep, that's right. It shows the subway level. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, you know, I got inspired by a foggy town, and the whole premise of this game is that the city of New York is covered in a fog. Isn't that funny? That's crazy. Strange parallels. Alright, let's see if there's one more, and then I'll stop waiting around. And then we'll show off some other stuff. Before I even hop into the game itself. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. See, even Spider-Man's like, what are you doing, man? Just play the game already. Okay, now it's looping. Alright, we can just skip that one. Alright. So, one of the first things I want to show off is the... It's at records. No? Oh, no. I'm stupid. It's in gallery. So...
Peter Parker's alter ego, the Amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's wall-crawling and web-slinging, combined with his super strength and amazing agility, make old Webhead one of the most spectacular superheroes around.
So yeah, the character viewer, Stan Lee, has unique dialogue for...
This isn't the bank.
And of course they have their own audio clips too, after you wait around. Stan Lee has unique dialogue for each of the characters. He goes through like a little mini bio, and it gives you some information about the characters' power sets and
Golden.
and their first appearances. So obviously Spider-Man, main character of the game.
Compliments of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Thank you, Peter. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. Everybody loves Spider-Man. First appearance was Amazing Fantasy number 15 in 1962.
Spider sense tingling.
He got his first issue of his own comic book series in 1963,
Oh, yeah.
the following year. Another cool thing about the character viewer,
Oh yeah.
you can make them go through animations if you hit
Golden.
square circle.
Oh yeah. Golden.
And they have the audio clips, and also just random audio clips that play. But yeah, that's Spider-Man and his civilian alter ego, Peter Parker,
Our mild-mannered,
who looks really
highly
ugly.
intelligent, sometimes neurotic hero of the game.
Whew. Better not quit my day job.
For characters like this, like mostly like characters you don't see in gameplay who are just NPCs, they don't get any special animation, but they do have unique audio clips. Golden. A speedrunner, when not out fighting crime as Spider-Man, he is a photographer for the Daily Bugle. Freelance.
Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, is one of Spidey's few friends who knows his true identity.
So this is Black Cat, first appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 194. A skilled cat burglar, Felicia Hardy. Yes, hello Felicia. Felicia Hardy knows Spidey as well as anyone, even his secret identity. So, interestingly enough...
Hey, Spider-Man.
Okay.
Come over here.
Okay, relax, Polygon Titties. She has a unique model for one of the demos for this game, and she also
Hey,
wasn't voiced by Halle Berry, or not Halle Berry. Is it? What's her name? Not Halle Berry. That's the that's the Catwoman actress. Damn, what? She's such a prolific voice actress.
Hey,
And
Spider.
I can't remember her name.
Hey, Spider-Man. Come over here.
There's like a million Black Cat voices. Of course, when I try and look it up, 90s.
Hey, Spider.
Jennifer Hale. Why did I say Halle Berry? Jennifer Hale. She also voices Black Cat in the 90s animated series. And
Hey,
speaking of that,
Spider-Man.
let's look at Doc
Now
Ock.
reformed, Dr. Otto Octavius is using his scientific knowledge for the good of humanity.
Dr. Octavius is now reformed and is using his vast knowledge of science for the good of mankind. Amazing Spider-Man #3 was his first appearance. I don't know if he appeared as a villain then. I think he just appeared as a mentor for Peter at the time. No, I think he was a villain. I think he was a villain actually. But yeah, he is also voiced by his cartoon voice actor, who I'm going to look up the name of now. I should have done that before the stream, but it's fine. It is... No, it's not. It's not Alfred Molina. That's who played him in the movie. Efren Zimbalist Jr. So he voiced Spider-Man in this, or I mean, he voiced Doc Ock in this game and the 90s cartoon. He doesn't have any unique dialogue though when you hit the square and circle buttons. Probably because we haven't heard his voice yet in the main game. But we also have Eddie Brock.
One of Parker's photojournalistic rivals. Brock blames Parker for his bad reputation as a reporter. Add one alien symbiote, and you've got Venom.
Yes, the journalist rival of Parker and one half of the symbiote known as Venom. Well, he's not half of the symbiote. The symbiote is his other half. But let's not be pedantic. Yes, his first appearance was Amazing Spider-Man 2099. Not 2099, 299. And he had a cameo as Venom at the end of the comic, but Venom wasn't revealed until the following issue. The cameo at the end was, you could just see the eyes of Venom and his teeth because it was in Mary Jane's apartment, Mary and Peter's apartment when she got home from work, and in the darkness she thinks it's Peter because he's still wearing the he's wearing a cloth version of the symbiote suit at the time that was made by Black Cat, because he still likes the suit design, but she thinks it's him. But once she sees, the big teeth, that's when she knows that's not Peter, that's not him, that's an imposter. And these are just some of the henchmen.
Not too friendly indeed.
You make them spit, and you can make them fall over. Yes, but the henchmen live only to serve out the will of their master and to get paid as well. They're just basic enemy goons for this game. They got their little guns, they throw grenades. Stupid biker jacket, they look like they're 1,000,000 years old. Bald-headed, got a stupid circle on their back. Just goons. And then the bank thugs.
Doesn't he know that crime doesn't pay, especially with Spidey around?
A high-tech thief and part of the crime unit known as the Jade Syndicate.
Got a breath mint?
And they have bad breath too, apparently. But yeah, the Jade Syndicate, I believe, is an actual...
Shut up.
Wow, buddy, I'm just trying to explain the lore. You didn't need to tell me to shut up. You know what? Fuck you. Get out of there. Jade Syndicate. Yes, it is an actual crime organization. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see. No, it's only unique to this game. It was an original crime organization for this game. By the way, The official Earth designation to this game is Earth 20824. For a while, it didn't have an actual reality number. It had a temporary one, which I don't remember the name of, but it does have an official Earth number. But yeah, we'll be seeing the rest of these as we go. Let's see. Anything else I want to show off? What's in special again? You don't need to look at credits right now. Costumes, we don't have any unlocked. Nothing to show here. I guess I could show off some of the training here. And the little kid mode. Oh, it doesn't do it for the training mode. Okay. You know what? Let's just get into the game. Let's get into the game. I could show you all some of the Easter eggs that I know of, which the first one being
Kid mode.
So the cool thing about this is that every time you go over kid mode, it has a unique voice clip play. So I think that was the Punisher.
Kid mode.
That one was Scorpion.
Kid mode.
That was Venom.
Kid mode.
Kid mode.
That was Spider-Man.
Kid mode.
That one I don't know about.
Kid mode.
That was Mysterio.
Kid mode.
Kid mode.
Black Cat.
Kid mode.
Who is that? I don't know that one.
Kid mode.
Kid mode. Kid mode.
There's this other one that's like Russian or something.
Kid mode. Kid mode.
That was Doc Ock.
Kid mode.
Kid mode. Kid mode.
Kid mode.
That was just a little kid. I think these are just random voices.
Kid mode.
Oh God. Get rid of
Kid mode.
Kid mode.
Kid mode.
Kid mode. Kid mode.
There's one more that
Kid mode.
plays.
Kid mode.
You know what? I'm probably thinking of the sequel, actually, now that I think about it.
Kid mode.
I think that's all the ones for this game. I'm probably thinking about Enter Electro. So let's just do normal. We'll do normal. Just so I can
Technology
show off
is the
everything I
light
want to.
that will cut through the darkness. When humanity conforms to a single truth, a truth based in technological progress and scientific method, we will be unstoppable. I, Dr. Otto Octavius, vow as a scientist and businessman that my duties to humankind will be fulfilled. Thank you.
Obviously showing us that Doc Ock is supposedly reformed and helping humanity.
Nice words, Octavius. If these executives knew you the way I do, I wonder if they'd be so quick to applaud.
Just keep shooting, Eddie. When J. Jonah Jameson sees these photos, my career is gonna be right back on track.
Checkpoint 1, where's your 20?
Just backstage, college.
That was also Reno Romano voicing that guard.
Face me, coward. Face a worthy foe.
So that's the voice actor for Spider-Man. If I didn't mention.
I checked, I was Spider-Man.
My favorite Spider-Man voice actor, even more than Josh Keaton and Yuri.
Costume and take out this imposter.
But they're both great, though. I do love them.
Free of this crowd.
Can't get a shot. Jameson would pay any price to get this kind of dirt on Spider-Man. Move!
That was Eddie Brock.
Who the? He looked familiar, but whatever. Stay focused, Brock. He's stealing Octavius's device. Oh no! He sees me. My camera! No!
Reno Romano is also one of the few people that voiced Spider-Man and Batman.
It's over. It's all over. I boo it again. Oh, I can hear Jameson's voice already.
In the 2004 Batman
If I had given a real photographer
cartoon
that
series.
job, I would finally have the evidence to send Spider-Man away forever. You're through, Brock. When I am done with you, you won't be able to get a job taking wedding pictures in Siberia. I tried to fight it. Can't fight him anymore.
Again, innocence falls prey to the evil of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Rest easy, Brock. Venom is here. And if it's the last thing we ever do, Jameson and the insect are gonna pay.
Phase 1 completed. Let us begin Phase 2.
Darren Norris is who voices Venom in this game. And it's interesting because he voices like a million different characters in this game. He voices Venom, Mysterio, who else? I'm sure I'll remember as I come across them. But yeah, it's crazy the vocal range he has. To go from a character, he if you guys don't know, he did a lot of Nickelodeon shows, including Fairly Odd Parents, where he voiced Timmy's dad and Cosmo. And to go from something like that to Venom is crazy. But it makes sense. Like it makes sense when you hear it.
So get ready for a true superhero action thriller, packed to the brim with thrills and chills.
And I don't know if he's like, if they deepened his voice in editing, or if he's just capable of that guttural sound. It's just really impressive stuff, man.
Hey, Spider.
I love how she just falls in a standing animation.
What's going on?
I know there's
Or
been
just
some
a
trouble,
standing
but
pose.
The bank's being robbed, and
I don't think I
got
even... Wow, they
hostages.
really emphasized your
Use your
butt. I
Spidey
forgot.
compass to get to the bank quickly.
Thanks, Cat.
But yeah, I don't know if I even finished my thought earlier. In one of the demos for this game, because they hadn't gotten Jennifer Hale to either finish recording all of her lines or what the deal was there, but in one of the earlier demos, Black Cat had a slightly different model.
Stop wasting time.
And I don't know why they didn't keep it, because she had her face mask that she has in the comics. They brought it back for the Dreamcast and PC port, but for whatever reason, the PS1 version, she does not have her face mask. Very strange.
Those hostages need my help.
And she was voiced by somebody else. Just a stand-in until Jennifer Hale recorded her lines, I suppose. But, yeah. Let us check out the first hint Black Cat has for us.
Hey, Spider-Man. Come over here. When a building is close enough, you can swing to it. Press the jump button and then press and hold the R2 button while in the air to swing.
One of the things of dialogue that had to be changed for the other versions. It's really awkward because if you play the PC or Dreamcast version, it's so obvious that they cut out the button names, and it's really funny. She'll just say, press the swing button to get to the other building.
What's up, Cat?
Spidey! That's a web cartridge. You can carry up to 10 of them.
What an awkward delivery. Right there. Spidey! That's a web cartridge. Let's check out this billboard. So here you can see the Science Expo 2000 at Omnitech, featuring Dr. Otto Octavius. So Omnitech was the company in which the expo took place, and they do come up again later. I don't know if Omnitech... I don't think they exist outside of this game either. Oh, there is one. There is in the mainline story, Omnitech. Let's check it out. Seems like it's in an Iron Man volume. Oh, maybe it was just one appearance. I'm not seeing much information on it, so... The deserted Omnitech laboratories were raided by Logan, Warpath, Domino, and Sabretooth. So it's just a throwaway name that they took advantage of in this game. probably just a rival to Stark Industries, but it's there. So another unique little thing for this game. One of the things I love about, not even just unique to this game, but just PS1 games, is warping textures. Very cozy. It reminds me of the good times.
My Spidey compass will help me find the bank.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Spider sense tingling. Something's going on here.
Actually, another cool thing I don't think is in the actual comics is the Spidey compass, which is that little marker in the bottom right. I don't believe it appears in the comic books. I think it's wholly unique to this game, and even got adapted into the movie-based games. There's a toy that's similar to it, but obviously it's not an official thing. It's the Spidey compass is wholly unique to this game. It just shows you where you need to go when you're out and about, as Spidey says in Enter Electro 2. In, well, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro.
Hold it, Spider. He doesn't look friendly. You can kick, punch, or use your web attacks to get past this guy.
Square to punch, circle to kick, and triangle to fire webs. Another thing that this game doesn't tell you about, or at least I don't think there's any hint for it anywhere in the game. If you press the triangle and circle button, Spider-Man will do a grab. You can also hit square and triangle too, but for me, where my thumb rests on the controller, works better with this. Yeah, he does just a little 3-hit combination. An animation that was changed in the sequel to supposedly be quote-unquote better, but I think these are perfectly fine. We'll talk about it when we get to that game, but we're just focusing on this one for now. So, it doesn't tell you about the grab. It doesn't tell you about... That's why you watch those intro videos, to know about the other mechanics. Even though I don't think it showed the grab. But regardless, we also have, if you hold left and triangle, Spider-Man will create boxing gloves for himself. And these deal extra damage when fighting bosses, regular enemies, etc. I don't know what the multiplier is for it. I want to say it's about like I think it depends on some of the enemies. I think for Venom it might deal slightly more, but I think generally it does about like 2 times the amount of damage. Maybe less, maybe like 1.5, somewhere around there. But yeah. And if you hold this one, I think they do show a tutorial on, probably. If you hold up in triangle, I'm using the D-pad by the way, since that's what this was designed for. If you hold up in triangle, Spider-Man fires a impact web, which was actually created by his clone, Ben Reilly. A lot of people don't know that. They think it was Holy Peter that designed this. But it was actually Ben Reilly, the clone, that invented the impact webbing. A lot of people just simplify it to web ball. But yes, that is the impact webbing, which is a obviously concentrated little mass of web fluid that deals a pretty decent amount of damage. Very helpful. And another one that I will use to fight this guy here is the Web Dome, which I'm sure has been used in comics, but it's never really been used in that type of way, offensively. It's usually used for, obviously, defense and things of that nature. This is really cool because it's a callback to some of the earlier Spider-Man comics where he did a bunch of ridiculous stuff with his webbing, where he would, like... If you've ever seen the Spider-Man cartoon, the original Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s, I mean, he would like make it into a boat. He would turn it into like a cannon. It was just ridiculous and cartoony, but it was fun. So obviously, really cool to be showing those kind of roots for Spider-Man. The more like Silver Age era comics where he just did crazy, wacky stuff with his webs. But yeah. It was also coming off the heels of some of the Marvel versus Capcom games, where I think it was just Marvel Superheroes versus Capcom, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it was just Marvel Superheroes, but where he would have like the web shield, web ball, kind of similar, like putting in a button input and getting a unique, like, kind of special move, quote unquote. More than likely why they recorded it. Another thing I didn't go over, if you hold back and triangle, Spider-Man will pull the enemies towards him. If you actually hold back and... Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. If you hold back and either left or right as he's shooting the web, he'll veer them in that direction. I'll show it off when I get to the enemies up here. Yeah, we also have a biography on Cletus Cassidy, who obviously is Carnage. That is his alter ego. But we will be getting to him later. Let us go and take on this guy, and let me show you. I don't know if I even have enough room to do it, but we'll see. Sometimes it's a little finicky. You can maybe using the analog stick would make it easier. Whoa. Let me try it on this guy.
Whoa, police choppers.
Yeah, sometimes you end up turning around. Right, yeah, it's a little hard. It does work, trust me.
Eagle 1 to tower, 1033 in progress. En route to bank.
Roger, Eagle 1. Keep your eye out for Spider-Man.
If Halloween Boy shows up, he's one dead bug.
Those grainy FMVs. Truly a product of the era.
These guys are serious.
They are very serious, Spidey.
I can't believe they shot down those police choppers.
Yeah, just my luck. I'll probably get blamed for that too. Is that the bank ahead?
Yes, but be careful, Spider. I saw the chopper dropping off armed robbers on top of the bank.
Thanks for the heads up, Cat.
I believe most, if not all, of the voice actors and voice actresses in this game voiced a cartoon counterpart of their character. So Rita Romano voiced Spider-Man again in the Spider-Man Unlimited series, which actually came out before this, so I have my timelines mixed up there. But yeah, he voiced Spider-Man in the Spider-Man Unlimited series, and they actually reference that by having the Spider-Man Unlimited costume in this game, which, side note, is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man designs ever. But yeah. So if you actually look over here, we obviously have a nod to the Baxter Building, the Fantastic Four, their headquarters, and one of the first superhero families. A pride and joy to Stan Lee when he created it, definitely for sure, with Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby. Actually,
Man,
I think...
Looks like the Fantastic Four aren't around right now.
I think Jack Kirby did all the designs for the Fantastic Four. I think Ditko... he didn't only work on Spider-Man, but he definitely contacted... He contacted both of them, from what I know, to design Spider-Man, and he just went with Ditko's design. But yeah, here we have one of our first comic books. I don't know if I'll be collecting all of them on this playthrough, because I genuinely don't remember where every single one is, and I actually think you have to do multiple runs of certain levels to get them, which this is already going to be long enough as it is. But if I can try and get the ones I can, I'll grab them. And whatever ones we don't, I'll just use cheat codes to look at in the comic book viewer. So it's not a huge deal. Yeah.
Golden.
So you can hear Spider-Man say golden, which was kind of just a big meme, a big catchphrase for this game, but it's not nearly as iconic as the full health voice line, which I believe there's a health collectible over here, which we can go ahead and give that a listen.
I'm already at full health.
Yeah, so that one has been memed to death by the Spider-Man 2000 community. Everybody loves that line. Everybody just jumps for joy when they hear, "I'm already at full health." Great little meme.
When I'm hurt, these will help restore my health.
And we have another little hidden thing over here. There's no comic book, but there is another
I can get into the bank through
web
the top of this
cartridge.
building.
So, keeping it accurate to the Spider-Man lore, or at least the comic book lore, the mainline 616, Spider-Man does not have organic webbing. He refills his web cartridges and replaces them every so often. I believe he used to keep them on his belt. He used to have like a little belt that he kept under his costume that he had extra cartridges in. And then he also had, later on, I believe, because I know Ben Reilly used this method, the cartridges on the actual web shooter itself, and he would replace them. So yeah, you can pick them up, and they get added to your total stockpile. Now, one thing I want to show off here is actually a unique idle animation that you get if you're in a place with a ceiling. Obviously, you can't do this in an open level, but in this kind of area, you get a unique idle animation if you wait for a few minutes that I really wanted to show off, because a lot of people don't know about this one. At least some of the more casual players who probably played this when they were growing up. But I used to love doing this because it was really, I always thought it was really funny. He has these, he's very paranoid. He looks around a lot. He reminds me of Crash Bandicoot in Crash 1, where he's like super nervous about everything. He's like constantly looking left and right. It's like, it's okay, man. Nobody's gonna hurt you right now. Like right now, you're perfectly fine. You're totally safe. Presumably. Assuming nobody's invisible, like Venom. There we go. Spider-Man will hang upside down. And he'll hum his theme song. And he'll fall asleep. Oh, he's only doing the theme song sound clip. It's such a cartoony snore too. It's like a SpongeBob snore. But yeah, that's it. It's just those two voice clips. I always thought that was such a funny, cute little Easter egg. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the top of the bank. This level's only supposed to take a few minutes, but I'm stretching it as much as I can. It's been 45 minutes already, and we haven't even gotten inside of the bank. Because I've just been yapping.
Cat was right. It's the Jade Syndicate.
So a pretty common way that usually you'll see like speedrunners, which I am not one of those. I've attempted it. The quickest I can beat this game is like an hour, or like maybe like an hour and a half. But I do know some things. The quickest way I've seen people complete this is to take him out And then they'll do this to take the guys on the side. And then they'll just sweat ball this guy. And that's
the
it.
last one. Hope these hostages are still alright.
You actually have a little bit of control of Spider-Man in that cutscene there. As he's going into the hole, you probably saw me veer left. You can actually jump out of it. It doesn't break the cutscene or anything, but it's just a little goofy. It's really weird. I don't know why they don't have AI control it the whole time, but it affects other cutscenes too. So we'll go ahead and save. And just hit them with the good old Jovi. Jovi. Right. Now we are in the bank. It doesn't have another name other than that. It is literally just called The Bank. Not the Bank of NYC.
Oh, I hope they don't mind if I make
not anything clever. Just The Bank. So there is kind of stealth in this game, but it doesn't work very well, as you can see. Well, he probably turned around as I was coming up. Oh, you can kind of see what I was talking about earlier, where Spider-Man will lean to the left to indicate that you're obviously throwing him in that direction. Yeah, it works better with the analog stick. The problem is just trying to make sure Spider-Man doesn't turn around and just shoot regular webbing. I believe they call it tether webbing in like the manual and stuff. Yeah, literally just The Bank and some kind of lame logo. Here we have a hidden little web cartridge I'm gonna grab. One of the hostages inside the building here. I think I will do a second playthrough on easy, but I'm going to be doing it in what if mode. And essentially what if mode is it just changes and adds little Easter eggs to each of the levels. Some of the level designs different, and they have like little inside jokes from the developers in there. It's obviously based off of the comic book series, the What If series. I'm sure some of you have heard it from like the Disney Plus show, in which it explores what if scenarios during, you know, major comic events, such as, you know, like what if Spider-Man joined the Punisher, or what if Spider-Man became the Punisher, or what if Ben Reilly had killed Peter and become the new Spider-Man, stuff like that. There was a really popular one that came out pretty recently, which was the Spider Shadow, which was a what if scenario in which the symbiote almost completely bonded to Peter and he started killing his rogues gallery, which was pretty popular in my opinion. It was really good up until Peter just got rid of the symbiote, because what was the point of him just killing his... I mean, I get it is so that way he can have the guilt afterwards, but I think they should have just gone full send and just, you know, had him be a murderer. Which, to be fair, they've done before, and I guess it's kind of shallow. I don't know. You know what? Maybe it was maybe it was the right decision, because now he has to deal with the guilt. But it is cool at the end. He ends up joining the Fantastic Four because Reed Richards ends up getting killed by the symbiote at one point.
Do have
that was really neat.
To make sure they don't get hurt.
Everything clear? All clear.
I love this. You can hear some of the unique dialogue between the thugs. I like when sometimes they ask each other for gum and stuff. Yeah, see, somehow that guy was able to see me through the wall, or maybe he just heard his friend just scream when I basically murdered him. It's a little funker. There's no way he saw me drop from the top. Drop from the top. Drop from the top. But yeah, we got the bank here. Looks like we got like some kind of little writing board. Got another web cartridge.
Looks like that room there controls the security doors. The door is locked from the inside. There's gotta be another way in.
Yeah. What could possibly be the other way in? I wonder. God. We're gonna get a little tutorial explaining the L1 targeting mode, which has inverted controls. So pretty much any gamer who was born after the year 2000 is going to be like, what the fuck is this? This is broken. I like my normal controls. Oh, I like them inverted. Fuck you. Boom. Spider-Man can pick up chairs and other small objects. They usually make it pretty obvious what you can and can't pick up. Like these potted plants. Pick these up. They have the same exact sound effect as the chairs. Which, of course they would. Why would they need it? You don't need to spend more space making a unique breaking sound. But some of them do have different sounds. We'll check those out.
Holding down the L1 button allows me to target my web. If the reticle turns green, I can press R2 to swing to that point.
Green means go. You can use that to get to the top of here, or you could just jump and press R1. Does the same exact thing. You have a dedicated zip button in this game. Occasionally, you can also zip with R2, but you typically have to be moving or in a pretty small space like this for it to work, because obviously you can't web swing in here. If you're moving, it typically skips the animation. A lot of speedrunners will do that to just have a faster zip.
Looks like these switches can open the security doors.
And drop on down here. Get that health pickup. And the web cartridge. So, my favorite way to deal with this guy. Pick this chair up and just chuck it at his head. Boom, done, like a true wrestler. Staying faithful to, well, okay, to the ultimate origins. The actual origins for Spider-Man in 616 universe is he was a celebrity for a little while, but a lot of people think that he started with wrestling just based off the Ultimate comics and the movies. But no, he just wanted wealth and fame. But he's ignored that. Action is his reward. Open this up. Kinda useless though. That's all it does is let the enemies that come in through that door there in.
You can zip straight to the ceiling by pressing R1.
So, just going over what I said earlier, pressing R1 to do a quick little zip. So I'm gonna close that. Do that. This will open that door there. Those guys will come running out. They're like, "What the fuck? What the hell's going on here, man?" Go up here and I'll get the drop on them. Oh yeah, another thing I didn't mention. If you press square circle in quick succession, Spider-Man has unique punching and kick animations. So here he's got like a stiff, like one-legged kick here. I don't actually know if it does more damage or anything, but I think it does knock them back a little bit farther. So he's got that unique little animation, and he's also got the same thing for punch, hard one-arm punch. Again, just not really doing much more damage, but knocking them back a little bit more. Health. Love that little electric guitar sting. Also web this guy up. Thank God none of these guys saw me, because they'll take out the hostages if they do. But they're not too much of a threat. I mean, I'm freaking Spider-Man. I'm a superhero. I have godlike strength, you know? Is there another little item you can pick up? Oh, dang it. Should have done the little hint there, but it just says if I can hit the punch button, I can pick up any object. Well, not any object, but you know. It's just another thing you can pick up. Here is one of those really well hidden. Actually, is it even this desk? No, it's not this one. They have a hidden comic book here that most people wouldn't know their first time playing. It's at this one. Pick this up. There's a comic that spawns.
Golden.
They have a bunch of hidden comic books there, and I really should have looked up where they all are, but I don't know. I'm lazy, I guess. Not as in depth as I thought it could be. So I apologize. They're cool. They show actual comic books throughout Spider-Man's history up to, obviously, the year 2000. But yeah, that's the end of this part of the bank, of this floor.
Going down?
Yeah, I've somehow been able to stretch basically the tutorial of this game to almost an hour now, which is just crazy. But we still got more to go, people. We still got more to go. So here we have another stealth opportunity. I can grab this guy, and if you hit square, you jump on top of their heads. Do a lot of damage really quickly that way. There's also another unique animation.
Just keep your eyes open. Spider-Man, you have to save me!
Got that guy.
Oh, no, please, no.
If you just web them, they usually can run away before he can shoot them. You can also kick them like that. Got a little donkey kick that you can do after grabbing them. Bunch of really cool little animations. Technically speaking, this is a rather impressive game for the PS1. Like, I would say this is on par with Silent Hill and MGS1 in terms of the graphical fidelity, which makes sense since this came out towards the latter part of the PS1's life cycle. I believe the PS2 was either about to come out or had already been released, since obviously this was the year 2000 and the PS1 was coming out pretty soon after. Actually, did it? I think the PS2 came out in 2000. It was either 2000 or 2001. Let me see. Yep, March 4th, 2000. Let me see when this game came out. I think this game came out after the PS2. Spider-Man 2000. Released. August 30th, yeah, so it came out a couple months after the PS2 had already released. Interesting. I thought it came out slightly before, but no, came out a good few months after, actually. So one of the unique things in Kid Mode, actually, for this vent in particular, there's Spidey armor right here that you can pick up, and I will explain more about that when we find our first one. I think it's actually when we're fighting Venom is the first time we see it. Chasing Venom.
Mind if I drop in?
Good one, man. Great one. Yeah, they're staying very true to the terrible joke Spider-Man makes in the comics. But yeah, grab him, jump on top, boom, boom, boom. 3 quick hits, like it's nothing. Whip him up real quick and throw this at his head.
What's going on out here?
Actually,
oh yeah!
I can show this off real quick. I just restart. I want to show off cool little speed run strategy that you can do here.
Spider-Man, help me! Spider-Man,
Oh,
you
oh,
have
shit.
to save me! Oh, no, please,
Uh-oh.
no.
Don't kill him! I'm getting clobbered here. I don't know why Spider-Man shot the chair there, but it does. Yeah, you can destroy some environment stuff with the impact web. Yeah, what I wanted to show off here, and hopefully not die, is a little speed run strategy that you can do.
Mind if I drop in?
This guy. I think you can get through it with the L1 targeting mode if you're patient enough, but really you could just... Oh wow, I got it. First try there. Yeah, you can clip right through that security door before that first guard comes out.
Uh-oh, more hostages and a bomb.
And it kind of
really
breaks the
careful
game a little bit. There are NPCs there. The hostages, there's supposed to be 2 of them in that room right there, but they don't spawn because it misses the trigger from the guard coming out there. Another cool little thing. It's an actual metal detector. Yeah, you get these 2 web carts, and you can actually beat these 2 before actually going into that room if you do this. It takes a little bit though, I think. I think they respawn anyway, actually. Yeah, obviously, if I had unlimited webbing, it would be better, but also there's supposed to be a door right here, and I think it's still there, but it's just not visible. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong?
Huh. Big safe.
Yeah, the door just is gone. Crazy. Got these big things of gold here. Yeah, let's go ahead and take these guys out.
They're messing with us. Start the timer on the bomb.
Reno Romano again.
All the hostages. The robbers have been taken care of, but what can I do about the bomb? Think, Spidey, think!
Help me, Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that could be a problem whenever you do this. You have to move quickly in the speedrun, obviously. But, yeah, the hostages end up running into one of the guards that's outside of that room, and they can get killed. So, you know what? I'm just going to do this legit. I just wanted to show that off.
Help me! Oh, no, please, no.
That went a lot better. Huh. I wonder if you can you do it with this one? I don't think you can. I don't think there's enough room to do it. Yeah, I doubt it. Just gonna end up wasting my cartridges here.
Mind if I drop in? Yeah, that's right.
Obviously, you could do it. You just gotta move quickly when you're speed running. And I don't trust myself enough.
That must have hurt. Uh-oh.
Oh, we got the camera glitch. Sometimes this happens whenever you web swing into a cutscene at like a weird angle. The camera will like follow Spider-Man. But if you just hit L1, oh, it didn't fix it. It'll go back to being behind him. It's a cool way to look at your costume, that's for sure. I think this was actually going to be the camera angle that they went with, or the type of camera they intended for in development. Because if you look at some of the early footage, like some of the beta footage, this camera seems a lot more prevalent. Or at least something like it. Yeah, anyway, let's open up the door.
Huh. Big safe.
And it sticks around, this glitch.
They're messing with us. Start the timer on the bomb and take it.
I don't know who they is that they're referring to. I'm guessing it's the police. They're messing with us. Oh, yeah, it's another unique animation. If you hit the punch button or one of the attacks button twice and then use the webs, he throws them over top. Which is weird because in Enter Electro, they treat that as a unique attack for that game, but all they did is reduce the number of inputs you have to do to achieve it. They essentially replaced this animation with it, which was the quickfire web ball. Not sure why they did that, but it's a thing.
Not this time, guys.
Yeah, that's the end of the bank. After over an hour, we finished the tutorial.
Jonah, I have shot to the bank robber.
Parker, shut up and dial 911. Scorpion's here, and you have to...
Let me see if I can actually find some footage from the demo version of this as this is playing.
Uh-oh, Spidey. Scorpions headed out for old J. Jonah Jameson from day one, blaming Jameson.
If you hear PS2 sounds, by the way, that's Opera GX. I installed a plugin for that.
JJJ may end up in the obituaries of his own paper.
Pause the game so I don't have JJ die on me. Spider-Man 2000. Jump. Showing me the Kellogg's demo disc for the PC port, but I actually want... Let me see. I think it was 99 when that demo disc came out. December 2nd. Demo build. You can definitely see the oh, that's just the main menu. Let me see. Solid Snake 11 has a lot of documented stuff on it. Find it. It's got some unused levels and stuff. Wanted to show it because it pertains to this boss fight, because they changed Scorpion's design from a more classic design to something that's more akin to the PS2 movie title game, because I guess they wanted some, I don't know, similar enemy designs, I guess. Some similar continuity, maybe? I don't know. Spider-Man 2000 beta. gas beta footage. No, that's not what I want. Does this show it off? That's a super early version. Here we go. This is what I wanted to show. Angonoff coming in clutch, as always. Love Angonoff, hate his server though. Those people are toxic. This has some of the sound clips that he would have had. No capture. Yeah, a completely different voice. More of a deep voice. Why is Darkside Phil here? But yeah, you can see that there. Trying to find a good picture. Obviously, it's not going to be a great quality of Beta Scorpion here. 2000 beta content. You can kind of see this is probably from one of Angonoff's videos. Yeah. We could just watch this real quick. Shout out to Angonoff for finding all this information and collecting all of it. Definitely check him out if you want like even more in-depth like looks at some of the cut content and stuff.
Hello, I'm Angonoff, and today we'll be going through the development, changes, and unused content in Spider-Man for the PlayStation.
You can kind of see it there. It's really really grainy, but it comes from an really old build and time period as well.
The earliest pictures of the game come
24 years ago now,
shown by the user Solid Snake 11. In the first pictures, we can see that there was a visible ground and the health meter and web meters were different. Enter Electro decided to bring back the ground in the sequel. In the next picture, Spidey's in a hallway very similar to the bank hallway seen.
This is one of the things that actually sparked a lot of talk about Enter Electro being based on. It was either in development before the first game somehow, which I doubt that one, but I do think it did use some of the beta models and stuff, because this face and one of the icons that they use for the health bar is based off of like older versions of the first game. So I think they used some of the beta stuff. They probably didn't have access to every single asset, or maybe some of it got lost. I don't know. So it was probably just used as backup to build the rest of the game on. And like he said, they brought back ground exploration. In Enter Electro.
And Stop the Bomb. At E3 May 1999, a prototype of Spider-Man was shown that was very similar to the one shown.
I will actually show off some of that footage later, because somebody has a higher quality version of this footage here.
In the demo disc. The only difference being a strange third meter under the web one. The game looks amazing for 1999 standards, and I wish we got a level like this in the final game. In October 1999, the game started to transform into what it would become with the first few levels shown in an Electronic Gaming magazine issue. Numerous pictures were shown of the levels Get to the Bank, Hostage Situation, and Stop the Bomb. If you want to stop and read the levels Get to the Bank, Hostage...
That looks a lot like the head shape that they used for some of the alternate costumes in Enter Electro.
Stop the Bomb. If you want to stop and read these magazine pages, pause the video now so you can read them.
You can see here some of the beta. I mean, it's mostly the same with like the enemy designs and stuff, but obviously they had some unique camera angles here. See all this stuff. I'm not going to read all this, but you can check it out for yourself in the video. Maybe I'll do a stream where I look at these magazine pages.
A handful of
I actually had a beta design for Doc Ock right here. His arms don't look like that in the final game. Lizard was also... He was supposed to be a boss fight in this game, but he got scrapped for whatever reason.
A handful of pictures from the same...
He's still in the game, though.
...build was shown on Vicarious Visions website in higher quality, so we will be analysing these more than the magazine version. Let's start analysing the pictures. As we can see, the thug's eyes were actually red instead of green like the final text.
I feel like one of the versions has that eye color in it, but I don't remember which one.
Texture.
It could be the PC one.
And when Spider-Man is webbing up the thug, the mysterious third meter has returned, but moved to the left of the screen and larger. In this photo, when Spider-Man web swings, it goes to a strange side angle. This returns in a demo, which I'll talk about soon.
That's what I was kind of referring to earlier with the camera. I think that when that happens, it reverts back to that beta camera angle that you guys saw earlier, where it wasn't constantly behind me. And they probably did that specifically just to get those shots, and they left it in the game. I'm not sure why.
Soon. On the last page, there is a picture of an unfinished prototype Dr. Octopus model looking a lot different to his final counterpart. Yeah. The major difference being that its robotic tendrils are 3D polygons in this, unlike its final 2D arms used for him and Monster Rock. There's a picture of the Lizard model here, but we'll talk about him later. In yet another German demo disc, there is a video preview for a Spider-Man Proto released around November 1999. Here we get to see a lot more gameplay and the changes that were made. At the start of the video we see an unused FMV cutscene that would have played at the start of the first level.
Completely different cutscene for the Spider-Man entrance here.
Let's first talk about the combat. At first there was going to be two possible combos, a 2 punch or kick combo, or the standard one we got in the final one, a 3 punch or kick combo. And after you complete a combo, the bad guy you're fighting may get massive knockback, being able to punch henchmen off the roofs very easily.
Yeah, so that's, again, going off of what I was saying earlier, that it does have that knockback, obviously, not as much as that, but yeah, that was kind of like the whole purpose of the different combos there.
The henchmen are very similar to the final, except its voice lines are different, which were reused in the PC and Dreamcast port. The Red-Eyed Thugs reappear again, and we hear that their guns were originally standard machine guns and not laser guns in the final. Let's get to the first boss battle, Scorpion.
Probably just a censorship change for different rating.
The major difference being in him that he's sporting his classic outfits.
Yeah, and I don't know why they changed that, because I think his costume looks so good.
Seen in the animated series and comics, and his sounds were different and were reused for the PC and Dreamcast port.
Oh, interesting. They kept his original sounds in the Dreamcast and PC ports. I wonder if that means they lost. You know what it is? I know the PS1 audio files had a lot of problems getting like ported to other systems, or if they were ever like trying to remaster it, they couldn't use a lot of the audio files because they were either too low quality or whatever the reason is. So
the most dramatic difference in level design has to be Rhino's. In his stage, there is no electrical post to charge him into. But
yeah, I have no idea what this is. Like, what? This is a crazy boss arena.
Instead, a giant pole in the center of the map with many fences going out of it. The last section of the demo video is a clip.
This looks crazy. The sewer levels look horrifying, honestly. It looks like something out of a horror game.
Of one of the sewer levels that you would be chasing Venom in. The whole feel of the sewer feels a lot different and nicer in my opinion.
I also noticed like little exclamation points above their heads, along with the red arrows.
With those green lights making it more identifiable in a sewer in a more comical way. The lizard men seem to be near identical to the final, except its sounds were a lot different and creepy in my opinion.
Oh my god, that's awful. I hate
the first playable demo disc of Spider-Man was released in December 1999, which I even have a copy of in real life. The level you play is Get to the Bank, but is quite different from the final. The two combos are back from the November 1999 build. The building where you fight the first henchman is taller, and the web swinging camera is a lot different from the final, which was present.
The camera does glitch like this sometimes, and you can still get that camera angle, but it's pretty rare to see it happen. You'll see it a lot in speedruns.
In the October 1999 build, this camera angle had it so when you web swinged in a direction, the camera would not recenter or move. I'm really not sure how to feel about that, and much prefer the final recenter mechanic. A build from around the same time was shown on the official IGN website with pictures of Get to the Bank and Race to the Bugle.
You can see that the web dome had a different texture there.
To the Bank and Race to the Bugle. Here's some pictures from around February 2000 of the police levels and Race to the Bugle.
I mean, these are pretty much identical to the main game.
After the game's release in a winter jam-packed demo disc, there was a video of 3 of the developers in an interview talking about making the game and showing some gameplay. It's honestly a very interesting interview, and I'll leave a link to it in the description.
And then the day we got it working, it was one of the happiest days of my life, I know that.
Here are some pictures from the same era showing Race to the Bugle with a cool alternate meter.
Yeah. There isn't even a meter there, it just shows Scorpion's head icon getting closer to Jameson.
On top of the screen, and the sewage plant level. The gameplay and photos are approximately from around March 2000. On July 20th, 2011, the YouTuber Mega Roxas12 released a video of him playing a beta disc he owns, calling it the fake version. The beta was extremely corrupted and broken, but thanks to Solid Snake 11, he fixed the beta, making almost all the levels that weren't working playable. This beta would have come out around April 2000. In this beta we first see how the training mode was going to look, the levels we never got to see while in development, and some character changes. The main one being Monster Rock.
Yes, Monster Rock had a completely different design. He looks even scarier, dude. He just looks like he's made out of meat.
This version of him looks so much better in my opinion, and explains why the Monster Rock icon at the top of
Yes, he still has sunglasses in his little icon when he's chasing you. I always wondered that. I was like, that's not what he looks like. He doesn't have glasses on.
The final level has glasses. There's a lot of changes in this beta, so I'll only be talking about the main ones. The Carnage boss fight was a lot harder than the final, with the Sonic Bubble only turning on around every 10 seconds, and Carnage would simply walk out of the bubble instead of staying in like the final. I even struggled with this level on Kid Mode, bloody Kid Mode. In Spider-Man vs Venom again, there is electric poles on each side of the switches that would shoot out electricity when turned on. Spider-Ham had a character view slot in the game, meaning he was going to have a model and possibly be playable. There was even a Stan Lee line for him.
Spider-Ham.
Same with Tony Hawk, as he was planned to be a playable costume, just like in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 where you could play Spider-Man.
Tony Hawk, let's see you pull a 900.
And Solid Snake 11 managed to get his and Spider-Ham slot.
I don't even think I mentioned this, but this game is built in the same engine as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Present in the costume selector. Iron Man was originally meant to have a cameo and have a full model in the game, as there was an unused character viewer clip of Stan Lee for him.
The invincible Iron Man, another powerful Avenger fighting for the good of the world.
In the PC and PS1 game files, there was a bunch of unused music sounds.
It doesn't play in the bank. I think. I don't remember where it plays either. Wow, that's crazy. And I just played through the area where it would play, I think. That's definitely not in the game. That's in the game. It was literally that sting that I said I really liked. We were going through just after that first hostage, or second hostage, in that little room with all the switches and doors. That's not in the game. That's not in the final game anyway. Jesus, what the hell?
Some of the music for the bosses were changed around. Carnage's music went through 2 changes. Originally, it was the music heard in Sewer Cavern.
What the heck? His mic got cut off at the end of that clip there.
Then after it was the Bugle's basement music. Then they finally gave him his own track.
Oh wow, they didn't have a track unique to
The rest of
Mysterio
the
yet.
boss's music stayed the same. Venom's voice was originally deeper and more echoey as heard in these voice files.
Hurry up, Parker. Quit slacking,
These voice lines are so scuffed.
boy. Come on, Parker. Big Parker.
Which had a playable demo with a few differences from the final, like the door button in hostage situation and the placement of the explodable wooden doors in missile attack. Now to talk about some other things that were removed or took a few changes, like the spider compass. The main base of the compass stayed relatively the same, but the cursor went through a lot of changes.
Yeah, it got fatter and narrower. We don't need to cover that. I mentioned that earlier. Whole thing with the web dome. Yeah, they went with a more Todd McFarlane design.
Spidey's eyes were more further apart until the February.
I feel like they went for a Bagley kind of design in one of them.
Spidey's eyes were more further apart until the February 2000 build. One of the most interesting things
his eyes were so far
about
apart.
the development of the game was the fact that the Lizard was planned to have a bigger role than a small cameo, and could have possibly been a boss and was in Venom's place in the sewers before he was replaced and moved to a cameo. The evidence of this is the magazine showing his model and talking about him. In the April 2000 build, the Lizard was in the character viewer and had attack animations, and in the storyboards he appears in the jail cell of Doghawk, Scorpion, Rhino, and Mysterio. He was then replaced with the Bank Thug. Another big change, which I'll not talk about much, is the prototype symbiote, which I made a video on already. It had legs and teeth, unlike the final model, and had two walking animations. And I recently found some audio files which could have belonged to it. I theorized this because sounds with an S underscore are labeled as sounds for the symbiotes, and how well they fit in with the animations.
One of those kind of sounded like the Lizard sound effect.
Big thanks to Solid Snake 11 who supplied me with most of the images and some of the information seen in this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you're new to my channel and want to see more Spider-Man 2000 related
content... Thank you, Aganoff. Wanted to just show those to guys, give you guys a few of the, and also as kind of like a little refresher for some of the other beta stuff. Yeah, let's continue the game. Over here stealing other people's work. Yeah. I like how they changed the textures for this level to a more bluish hue, as opposed to the yellowish one that we saw earlier, just to signify it's nighttime, because we don't have any actual lighting on the PS1. It's really cool though. It works really well. Actually a cutscene up here.
Hey, keep your eyes open. The sooner we take out Spider-Man, the sooner the boss pays us.
You can actually skip that cutscene, but it's a little risky. You can go around.
Get away, Gargan!
Your time
and you
is
can
running out.
swing to over here, but obviously you would do that on a lower level to not trigger it, and you definitely risk falling to your death if you do that, so just be careful. Really cool stuff. You got all these enemies that you can take out. I usually don't even bother.
You might want to try fighting back next time.
Got that full health restore, hell yeah. We bust in through that window, baby.
Listen, Gargan, it's a new millennium. Lots of high tech. There may be some way we can get you out of that suit.
You put me in this suit. Now I'm going to make you pay.
J. Jonah Jameson ruined a lot of people's lives, and he just says, get over it.
So now I'll end yours.
Leave him alone, Chuckles.
Bust on in through here.
Webhead. Spider-Man? I asked for the police, and I get this?
Another way to get comic book here. Oops. Actually, I ended up getting Jameson hit there. You break everything in this room. Pick up everything and throw it.
Oh, you want some more?
Oh shit.
Where that came from?
If you get him stuck on geometry, you can beat him pretty quickly. He's kicking my ass here. Ouch. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna restart that so I don't end up dying. Damn it. Guess I don't even have to throw it at him. Just throw it into space, I guess.
Stop it, Dawkins!
More where that came from.
Just hit him twice.
Oh, you want some more?
Oops. I didn't mean to hit you, Mac. Stop it.
How'd that feel?
What does this start the next cutscene? I don't want it to do that. What the heck? There we go. That spawns the
golden.
There we go. That should start the next cutscene. You can't actually beat him before Jameson runs into this room, but it's kind of tricky.
I'll give you anything!
What's he doing? His AI gets a little confused sometimes. He's okay, though. Actually kind of curious to hear some of the dialogue.
How'd that feel?
Actually, I'm going to show one of his unique animations that a lot of people don't see. You go up to the roof here. Shoots a laser from his tail. You never really see this attack. Ouch! Anyway. That's the Scorpion boss fight. Oh, it didn't play his death sound for some reason. That's interesting.
By saving my life, but it won't work.
Oh, you're just too clever.
You actually look right there. You can see Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 footage.
The man behind the Science Expo heist. Shoot him now! Shoot him!
Since, as Aganoff said earlier, he is a playable character, and the same devs, same engine, that sort of thing.
Hold it, Spider-Man. I don't want to believe that you pulled off the heist today, but I've got to make sure.
Daredevil, I haven't got time to explain.
Just tell me your side of it. I'll know if you're lying.
How am I supposed to know you're the real Daredevil?
What?
Listen, it's true. A Spider-Man made off with Octavius' new invention, but not the Spider-Man, not me. Somebody's framed me. Why? I don't know yet. And if New York's finest catch me, it may be too late.
Well, then you'd better get going. NYPD is coming fast.
That's it? You believe me?
I don't have to believe you. I know you aren't lying.
But how?
Let's just say you've got your superpowers, and I've got mine. I'll spread the word about your innocence.
Yes. For those who don't know, Daredevil has super hearing, as his other senses were enhanced when he lost his eyesight, which is an actual phenomenon that occurs in real life. When you lose one of your 5 major senses, the others get heightened. Obviously not to the degree that you can hear people's heartbeats and tell if they're lying, but I'm just going to chalk that up to the radiation that affected him somehow. Got his sonar vision, as he likes to call it. He's running from the police after being framed for the Science Expo heist. Yeah, you can see here, as I was saying about that little demo clip earlier, one of the intro videos that plays if you leave it idle, the helipad, everything here is completely rearranged. No music in that stage either, so I guess it was just a little test area. Or like I said, it could be one of the speed training maps.
Almost there.
Health.
Can't waste time.
I think what I'm gonna do, I might try and split this playthrough up into 2 parts, because I do want to be able to upload this to my YouTube channel. So once we get to probably around the 2-hour mark, I'll go ahead and end stream, and then I'll either stream later today or tomorrow, and we'll continue this. I should be able to finish the rest of the game in that stream, assuming I don't have too much more to talk about. Because knowing me, I'll just suddenly remember something. Okay, so here we actually get to see the POV of the sniper.
Where is he?
This guy is really fun to mess with, because he's a horrible shot.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
And he's so cocky about it, even though he's not even on the screen right now. You can actually get him to mess up so bad that he just never comes back. Thought I did it there. But once you get to these spotlights, you can usually press R1 and you just zip to the top. Same thing with this. You don't even have to climb the rest of the building. Just hit R1, you zip right to the top. You can actually probably zip that level below that I was at. Not the last one, but the one just below that with the sniper. You can probably zip even lower than where I was. I just typically use those spotlights as... Wow, thanks, buddy. I use those as a reference point. Yeah. Whoa! Got another little Easter egg coming up here. If we actually go over here... I'm going to stay on the bottom so I don't get shot. The top of this crane will protect me. You'll see a little logo that says bomb and a little pumpkin on the side. I actually... Remember, he has a little dialogue.
I wonder who those pumpkin bombs belong to.
Yes, I didn't know about this Easter egg until I was probably, like, maybe in my teens. So, like, obviously way after the game had come out. They have a little Green Goblin layer in here. So cool. And the bombs glow. The pumpkin bombs glow. I wish you could, like, pick them up or something, but you can't. I guess that would be kind of bad because they'd explode, but yeah, you find a little hidden Green Goblin layer in here. You can, like, see his... Oh, yeah, this is where we get the Spidey armor. But yeah, you get to see, like, a little workshop here. He's got, like, a saw, a little hatchet, a hammer, pliers. I mean, a little torture area here. And you can see his mask right there, a little 2D sprite of his mask. Really cool stuff. You can even see the glider here. And we also got a little comic book.
Golden.
Yeah, you got the Spidey armor, which is, I think the first appearance of it was Amazing Spider-Man, like, 100 or something? Or 99, maybe? But, yeah, it's just, you know, a little thing of armor that gives you a second health bar, basically. Really cool, really cool. Anyway, let's get on up out of here. But, yeah, a dope Easter egg that I didn't know about for many, many years. I think I only found it because I was looking up how to find all the comic books in this game, and that's when I came across. This is a good way to kind of serpentine the helicopter. Go on, like, the side of a building like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, slow down, bud. I thought I was gonna fall there. I really did. Oh, you got me in the foot. You motherfucker. I thought the other guy was there. I got them all. Sweet! Yeah, there's little references to the pumpkin bombs all over the place. I can't believe I never put 2 and 2 together.
Whoa!
Actually, another comic book hidden over here that I remember. Spider-Man will be walking in the air for some reason.
Nowhere to go but up.
If you go over here, to the side, I think it's actually down. Yeah, right here. There's another comic book.
Enough with the shooting already.
So, if you actually go, you can traverse this normally. Take this guy out so he stops shooting me. I can explain what I'm about to say. You can actually traverse this by jumping up on these beams and stuff. But my personal favorite way is to just do this. Because you get the sniper again, but as I said, this guy's super easy to avoid. You just go down a little bit and you're fine.
Negative on shot. Where is
And he just has no idea what's going on. He's like, where did he go? He went backwards a couple inches and he's just gone.
Looks like that crate's the only way out.
Web swing. I thought it was gonna fail, and then I was scared there for a second. The AI can also fail during that cutscene, and you just fall to your death and have to start that whole area over, and that sucks. That really does. But it worked. So he just climbs to the top. We got the final part of this police chase. We got some other little Easter eggs here.
Monsters infest sewers. Yeah, right.
We got a little foreshadowing, or what was going to be foreshadowing towards the lizard boss fight, but obviously didn't end up happening.
These guys won't let up.
You actually go over here, that these windows break. And you would never know this, but if you press square... Oh wait, no, it's the other one, I think. If you press square here...
Look what I found.
It breaks that, and you got another little comic book here. So I know where a good chunk of them are, but I don't remember where all of them are. Oh my goodness. Another web cart here. I think I might have missed it, but in one of the levels, in one of these sections, there's a Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Maybe it's in What If. Maybe it's in What If. There's a Tony Hawk Pro Skater ad, and Spider-Man says, "Hey, Tony Hawk, I skated with that guy." Obviously referencing his appearance in the game as in Pro Skater 2 as a secret character.
Hey, you gonna pay for that tower? Uh-oh, spider sense tingling. One more step and it's a load of web fluid sticking you to that wall.
Well, it's not the most romantic proposition I've ever had.
Black Cat? Oh, I'm so glad it's you.
Good to see you too, big boy, but you got a problem.
She looks
Venom's
so
got
uncanny
control of
without the
Jumbo
mask.
Times Square. He's been ranting for
She looks like an old lady.
Venom's ugly face on that big screen? Now that's scary.
That's not all. Rhino's on a rampage over at Omnitech as well.
What is this, the bad guy Olympics? Look, Times Square is on the way to Omnitech. Let's find out what Venom's up to, and then we'll tackle Rhino.
The Venom Marathon continues on the biggest TV in New York. We're shouting out to the whole big rotten apple here, people.
Sad thing is, he'll probably get his own talk show for this.
So we've got this beautiful redhead. You know her. She's one of those famous bimbos.
I find it really crazy that they use the word bimbo in this game.
24 hours to live. 24
An E-rated game. Well, E10. You can get away with some cursing in E10.
No.
It's not really a curse word, but it is definitely derogatory.
Someone. I don't know who it could be.
Kind of like saying hussy.
If any of you type-wearing freaks out there want to save little Miss Fashion Model, then bring it on! Meanwhile, New Yorkers, the Venom Marathon will continue!
Listen,
I love this version of Venom.
Forget about helping me with Omnitech. I can handle Rhino.
If that is one thing they get right about Venom in the movies, they do make him like kind of dark, but also still kind of funny. Which is 100% who Venom is.
There are innocent people at Omnitech, and they need our help right now. I won't let them down. Then I'll stop Venom. And this time, it's for the last time.
Save my progress. The reason I want to split, as I said, the stream is because of YouTube and because I do have other things I got to do today, so I wasn't able to stream like for too long. But I wanted to at least get something out there and get a start on this.
That makes 2 major technology heists in 2 days.
That leaves one question. Where's Rhino?
Cat!
It sounds like she got impaled when that happened. How she didn't just immediately die to Rhino is beyond me. It's beyond me.
Oh boy, Spidey fans, Black Cat is out. Rhino's looking to take Spidey down as well.
So, we got the boss fight with Rhino here. The intended way is to have him run into these, because Rhino isn't very smart, and he's going to fall for that same shtick multiple times.
Ooh, that must have hurt.
But yeah. Sometimes just get stuck on geometry, like that. And also throw it at him. Oh, wow, I didn't throw it far enough, damn.
Whoa! Toro!
Oh, he actually hit me. Oops. Jumped into the electricity. Oops. Yeah, he loses you pretty quickly. He doesn't really have a good idea of object permanence.
Ooh. Whoa!
Toro!
Super easy boss fight. He basically beats himself.
Spider sense too. Oh, the boys in blue again. Better hide. Best seat in the house. Octavius, what's he doing here?
Please, stand back, officers. Allow me.
Doc Ock helping the police? Maybe he is reformed. Ock's taking care of Rhino. I need to find out what happened to Black Cat.
Love how he magically grew fingers on his model there, by the way. Most of the time, they're just little nubs.
Hey, wait! Cat! Cat, it's Peter.
Peter, gotta help me. They're not really paramedics.
Perfect.
I love how it's so obvious that that's also Doc Ock. Like, they shadow out the models, but it's pretty clear who it is, who both of them are. I guess if it's your first time playing, or if you have no idea about the Spider-Man mythos, then it's a big mystery, but, I mean, it's the same voice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and save the Venom stuff for... I'm gonna skip it, but I'll replay it whenever I come back for the next stream. So I'm gonna save that for next time. I actually drop, just in case something screws up with the saves, I'm gonna drop a save state. But yeah, I'll use this time to look at some of the comic books we picked up. So this is actually, yep, Amazing Spider-Man #1. This issue features the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, the Daily Bugle, the Chameleon, and John Jameson, who later becomes the Man-Wolf. In this issue, Spider-Man tries to join the Fantastic Four. He tries to still use his powers to make some kind of profit, while still helping. But obviously, that doesn't end up happening. The Amazing Spider-Man 200 double-sized issue. Mysterio fakes Aunt May's death. The truth behind Uncle Ben's murder is revealed, and Peter faces the burglar without his powers. The burglar who kills Parker's uncle, Uncle Ben, dies fighting Spider-Man in this issue. Obviously, the death of the killer being inspiration for the Spider-Man 2000 movie later on. Amazing Spider-Man #20, the first appearance and origin of Max Gargan. You can see his outfit there. That's the classic Scorpion look. In an effort to rid the world of the evil of Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson pays Gargan to undergo an experiment that will give him the attributes of a scorpion. As a side effect of the mutation, Gargan steadily erodes, transforming him into an evil psychopath with the hatred for Jameson and Spider-Man. Yeah, Jameson was a pretty awful person. He did some pretty messed up stuff just to get rid of Spider-Man. This was actually, I think this was the first issue that John Romita Sr. worked on. This was like just after Ditko, like, I think Stan Lee was still writing, but Steve Ditko was working on other comics at the time. So they handed it off to John Romita Sr., I believe. The Goblin has managed to trap and unmask Spider-Man. Thinking he has his foe defeated, Goblin then reveals himself as Norman Osborn. That's an interesting spelling. I didn't know. I don't know if that's a typo, but I'm pretty sure there's no E in Osborn. I need to check now. I always thought it was just, hang on. Now I'm confused. Hang on. Norman. Yeah, that's weird. They spell it with an E at the end. Interesting. It's also not even called Oscorp yet. I guess Oscorp wasn't a thing until later, I guess. Thinking he has his foe defeated, Goblin then reveals himself as Norman Osborn, head of Osborn Chemicals. Spidey is able to break free, and in the ensuing battle, the Green Goblin is caught in an electrochemical explosion. As a result, Osborn suffers partial amnesia, and Spidey's secret identity is safe once more. Except Norman likes to fake that kind of thing. He's like, oh yeah, I got amnesia. Psych. No, I don't. Amazing Spider-Man number 400. A Death in the Family. Which is also a subtitle Batman used in a comic run. But anyway, the death of Aunt May. After 400 issues and 30 years of watching out for Peter, Aunt May passes on. After suffering a heart attack, Aunt May slips into a coma. For a brief time, she awakens, and in that time, she reveals to Peter that she has known for some time that he is Spider-Man. A few hours later, Aunt May passes away. Amazing Spider-Man number 14. The first appearance of the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, head of Osborn Chemicals, is the man behind the mask of the pumpkin-bombing Green Goblin. This issue also features appearances by the Incredible Hulk and the Enforcers. So we have, oh god, 2 references to the Green Goblin here, which really makes me think that they definitely at some point at least thought about including a Green Goblin boss fight, but probably just time constraints, kind of probably similar to the Lizard. They just never really got around to getting it implemented, which sucks because I think it would have made for a really dope boss fight. I really do. That's one of the reasons why I really want this game remade, so that way we can get some of these cut concepts back into the game, because that would have been awesome to fight Norman. He was also such a big... I mean, he's probably the closest thing to Spider-Man's arch nemesis. Like, a lot of people will probably say Venom is his arch nemesis, but I would have to say it's Green Goblin. He affected him the most out of a lot of his villains. I don't have access to the storyboard yet.
Peter Parker's
we do have some other
The Amazing Spider-Man. Spidey's
stuff from Stan Lee.
Old JJ is Peter's boss at the Daily Bugle.
Make him rant.
One of his main goals in life
is
that Spider-Man is a menace to the world rather than a hero.
Spider-Man!
Oh my god. Forgot the audio. The audio just clips there. First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man number 1, as we read in the Comic Collector. Editor of the Daily Bugle.
No!
JJJ often writes editorials about the threat Spider-Man poses on citizens of New York.
Spider-Man!
Oh my god.
Spider-Man? I asked for the police and I get this?
Always smoking a cigar with his little Hitler mustache.
Spider-Man!
Okay, let's not have that happen again.
One of Spidey's
blow my eardrum out.
Powerful enemies. Scorpion's hatred for Spidey is only overshadowed by J. Jonah Jameson, the man he blames for getting him
hit the gritty
in his armored scorpion suit.
Go right foot.
Butt out, Webhead. Butt out, Webhead.
That doesn't have a audio for this. J. Jonah.
Nobody will get here in time to save you, Jonah.
J. Jonah put Max Gargan through an experiment that transformed him into a deranged scorpion. Also, I think he's got a different name here. I thought it was Mac Gargan, not Max. Like McDonald? But maybe I'm wrong? I don't know. I'll have to check later.
Caused by the same accident that blinded him in youth, Matt Murdock's extrasensory powers...
He doesn't have any
all the
unique animations.
He needs to fight crime in the seedy underbelly of New York, otherwise known as Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I don't even think he has unique audio dialogue. But yeah, this is Daredevil. Obviously, as Mr. Stan said, he is also known as Matt Murdock as a civilian identity, and it's really a shame that this guy hasn't gotten his own video game. But then again, I don't really know how it would work. Definitely couldn't be first person because you'd be looking at a black screen. But yeah. Oh yeah, you can see what I was kind of talking. Radar Sense. I think I call it Sonar Vision or whatever. Dumb name. Yeah, his Radar Sense, his superhuman hearing allows him to function. Basically, he just uses his ears as his eyes instead.
Ah, New York's finest.
Make him look up. Make him look right and left. These guys are against Spidey almost as much as they rely on his help.
Or maybe this is New York's finest.
New York's other protectors. This time hoping that more firepower will be enough to capture Spider-Man. I don't know why I couldn't read that for some reason.
Rhino's thick polymer matted suit gives him his extraordinary...
Yeah.
Impervious to physical harm, as well as extremely dangerous.
Stop making fun of me! I'm gonna crush you! I'm gonna crush you!
Anyway, Rhino, small-time crook turned assassin. The Rhino has superhuman strength wrapped in an armor suit.
I am gonna kill you!
Oh, that's threatening. Also got the Human
Johnny
Torch.
Storm, the Human Torch. An essential member of the Fantastic Four, and also one of Spidey's closest superhero friends.
He actually appears in some of the early,
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man. If you do need help, meet me at the usual spot later.
Oh, that's Venom's voice actor again. Voicing Johnny Storm. Member of the Fantastic Four.
Sorry we can't help you, Spidey, but we're taking care of Mole Man.
Yeah.
Easily
Good friends with
one of
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's
Bottom
greatest
line.
foes of all time. Venom hates Spider-Man so much that he will do almost anything to ruin his life.
I wish Venom's sole purpose was to just make Spider-Man's life miserable. I hate how in Spider-Man 2 it's just... Join us, Pete! Help us start a symbiote invasion. Union of Eddie Brock and an alien symbiote. Venom's goal to destroy his arch nemesis Spider-Man. I actually thought they were gonna go for never mind. I don't know where I was going with that. Just gonna stop that thought. Yeah, and then you can look at the cutscenes you've seen so far through here. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go. Actually, let's look at some of the game covers because some of the art's actually really nice. This was one for the bank heist, one for Scorpion. These are actually used for some of the tie-in comics that had a really, really limited release before or to promote this game when it came out. Look up a channel called Super Swim Team 7. He actually has copies of them. And you can see that they use some of these. Well, it's really some of the later ones, but they use some of these comic covers on it. It's really cool. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this first stream. Sorry, I know again it's kind of short, but again I had other stuff I need to get done today, and I'm trying to slowly get back into the streaming and video editing stuff. I don't want to like jump into like a full 8, 9, 10 hour stream right away. But yeah, that'll do it for the first in-depth part 1 of the in-depth playthrough that I'm doing of this game. I hope you all enjoyed. I had a lot of fun talking about and nerding out about this game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Probably is my favorite game of all time. And it just holds a really, really nice place in my heart. But that's going to go ahead and do it. And I will see you guys the next time I stream. And I will be uploading this, like I said, to my YouTube channel. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Bye, guys.